Spring has sprung. It's here. And are you ready? We're going to dive into all the wonderful things you can do here in the Four Corners in the springtime. Stay tuned to this episode of The Den. The Den, powered by the Lions Group, where we talk real estate, entrepreneurship, and personal growth. We're a small team of partners sharing what we've learned along the way. Backed by over $500 million in real estate sales and over 2,300 successful transactions. You'll hear from proven experts and industry leaders with a fresh take on what's happening in real estate and beyond. Welcome to The Den. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of The Den. And today we're going to dive into what you can do in the Four Corners in springtime. We got some fantastic things that you can do as far as festivals. There's hikes, there's biking. But before I get into that, let me introduce my friends, my partners, my co-hosts, the fellow members of the Lions Group. To my right, Paul, Hammy the Rockberry, Aspen, the Ninja Gruen, and the boss, Shannon Martin Martinez. My name is Ben, Nasally Nose Lions. It is that time of year. I know Paul gives that look. You know what? What? Allergies stink.
Yeah, that's Shannon.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. Sorry.
You got those allergies going on. You know, a shaman told my father, and actually I've used this advice, local honey every day.
It works.
Little teaspoon of local honey. Gets you kind of immune to those pollens. So yeah, Shannon, we will be nasally together. How about that?
Yeah, clearly. I'm going to carry this through the whole show.
Well, spring has sprung. Fantastic time of year in the Four Corners, barring a little bit of wind. Hopefully we get, a small bit of wind, but not our usual. What do we usually get? Like 3 weeks of wind? Maybe
more.
Maybe more. Yeah.
Never ending.
That is my only gripe about spring.
It's my only gripe about really living in this area.
Yeah.
Is the wind.
Yeah. But that'll die down. And during the windy season, you have a lot of events you can take advantage of here in the Four Corners. So in today's episode, we're just going to dive into some of the great things that you can do over the next month or so. So Paul, I'm going to come to you first. Were you prepared?
Yes,
Did you do your homework?
I just did it before the class.
Yeah. A little crunch time. Give our audience some thoughts on something they can do this springtime. Take advantage of this beautiful area we live in.
Okay. Well, it's actually 3 things.
Okay.
So every year Farmington puts on egg hunts for Easter. And in the past, it's been down at the Sycamore Center. So this year they're going to split it up. So they do what is called a tween night. So, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds get to go and have an egg hunt at night. They're still doing it this year, April 2nd at the Sycamore Rec Center. And then the big egg hunt, the egg extravaganza, as they're calling it, is going to be April 3rd in the morning. And that's going to be at the Farmington Rec Center. Oh, and they do it on the softball fields.
So they go stash these eggs and why do they call the tween?
Tweens.
So
tweens. In between teenager and young kids. So
okay.
10, 11, 12.
Like preteens.
They're preteens.
Tweens. Yeah. I was just clarifying.
You don't know what tween is?
No, I call my daughters tweens all the time. Well, my oldest is actually a teenager. My youngest is a tween.
How old is she now?
She's 12.
No, the other one.
15.
15.
Yeah. So she's a full-blown teenager.
Yeah. We are old now, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Timry is still a tween.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. The other thing that I had was I don't really go to the Berg Park or to the Nature Center down off of Browning Parkway too much, but I was just told at our Parks and Rec meeting last week that last year they had abandoned it pretty much, but this year they have replanted. They've gotten all the weeds out of there, gotten a lot of the Russian olives out. There's a beautiful path walking through there. They've planted a bunch of perennials, and they say it looks really good. So
I used to always go to the Nature Center with the kids because they do the brown bag birding, and you could just go down there with your lunch, and they would do different birding and different looking for birds, different activities. They would talk to you about why you don't mess with sticks on the ground during this season because the butterflies are there. It was so interesting. I loved it. Yeah. There's actually some really cool stuff that the Nature Center does.
Yep. And they have a new director now, and they're doing a lot of cool things down there.
That's awesome.
For the springtime, that's a good place to go.
Yeah. So the Nature Center. How do you get to the Nature Center?
By car.
Yeah. Well, you could walk.
It's on Browning Parkway. You turn at the animal shelter,
Okay.
and it's back behind the animal shelter.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like the barn there where they're doing all the new apple cultivation from different like apples that are in the area. What are they, like the heritage ones? And then just like right behind there.
Yep.
It's not a
And
long
it's
walk.
also on the Berg Park trails.
Yeah. And there's a couple bridges. If you do park on the other side of the river, you can access that full trail system, walk across the river, and you're at the nature center.
Mhm.
And what's the apple thing?
Do you guys know how many different types of apples there used to be in this area back when it was farming town? It was like over 800 varieties of apples.
Wow.
It was,
That's impressive.
yeah.
I didn't even know there was 800 types of apples, period.
Yeah, obviously, like there was a few that were most of it. So my
Yeah.
grandparents owned an apple farm. That's what I grew up on. But it used to be apple trees everywhere. And then they brought the Russian olives in to help with the banks of the rivers. Well, they were an invasive species, took over, killed all the apple trees. It used to be apple trees everywhere. So now they're doing some, well, they have been, I mean, since my kids were little, work to bring back the old heritage types of apples that the area used to have. So if you see, the red barn that's right there and all the different apple trees, they're all just different kinds that they're trying to cultivate and bring back.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
A little bit of Farmington history right there. There's a reason why we are called Farmington, but we are in San Juan County. We do include Aztec, Bloomfield, Kirtland. All the outlying areas. Did I miss anything? Waterflow, La Plata.
And they're all going to be mad.
Yeah, that's right.
So
they all have
they're planting the apple trees on that prairie dog field.
No, it's like next to it. So
Okay.
and those prairie dogs they're also like an endangered species. Those ones that are specifically there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why they're there. That's why they don't mess with them.
Wow.
Yeah. Learn a lot on your
Gosh.
kids' field trips.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just learned it. What was cool is I just learned a couple years ago that they can like splice trees and you can grow like 2 or 3 different types of fruit on the same tree.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild. I'm like, how does that work? But they have a way that you can have a certain type of peach on this side and a certain type of peach on this side. And, you can.
What's it called, Shannon? The actual term for it, I don't remember. It's
Arborism.
no
Frankentree.
Frankentree. I can't remember
I like
what it
that
is.
one.
It's like totally escaping my mind now, and it's gonna bug me if I yell it out randomly in the middle of the episode. We'll know what it is.
Right.
And you're talking
Next
about
episode.
where
they put it together because they basically just
It's a hybrid. And
It's a hybrid.
And I've heard of that before, but
The
I
terminology.
don't know.
Oh,
I
it's
don't know
bugging
what
me.
it's called.
it'll jump in.
It'll jump in.
Yeah.
It'll come.
Right.
Well, that's awesome, man. So we can go down there and check out the flowers. They've planted new flowers. It's a great place to go walk, visit, learn some stuff about the history of Farmington and this area, and maybe check out some apples and birds.
Well, another thing that I learned is they're trying to change out all of the public areas to go from Kentucky bluegrass, which has been kind of the mainstay forever, to a tall fescue.
Oh, wow.
because one of the other things that we're learning is that we are a high drought area. We're probably going to have a severe drought, water restrictions.
We're
again.
learning that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We've known that.
well, I know, but it's getting worse and worse. And now everybody is bringing in plants that don't need all the water. So,
Right.
I mean, Farmington is learning that, and they're going to more drought resistant plants all over the place.
So a high fescue is better for lower water consumption.
It takes
than
about half.
bluegrass.
Yeah, it takes about half the water, and it is twice as hardy.
Wow. Well, that's
And you can't tell the difference.
Man, there's a plethora of information coming out of our partners here today.
Grafting.
Oh, grafting. There
There
it
you
is.
go.
There
There
it
you go.
is. I knew that would come out. at
It
some
was
point.
bugging.
Yeah.
It was bugging me.
So you
So-
cheated though, didn't you?
So
This
you
is
need
the
to-
wine fest up on my
Okay,
phone.
sorry.
The important
Sorry,
stuff
sorry.
that we're going to get to.
The other page is gone now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Get
So-
out of there.
Hi, this is Aspen Gruen. I'm a partner at the Lions Group. We're dedicated to making your real estate experience the best it can be. If you're looking to buy or sell, go to sjcbroker.com and watch our informational video series. These videos break down the process and shed some light on buying or selling. While you're there, schedule a private consultation with one of our partners. We'd love to sit down, talk strategy, and give you a real advantage in today's market. You deserve the best, so take those steps and we'll see you soon. Now back to the show.
So from grafting to fescue to the wine fest. So
Yes.
Aspen, you're up.
All right.
So talk to us about an event that's coming up that should be fun.
So the Durango Wine Experience is on April 24th to 25th. It's always really fun. They do a lot of fun events like that with like the Brew Fest and everything, but the Wine Fest is my favorite. And then it has a bunch of food trucks out there. It's just nice to get outside. Yeah. I mean, it's a wine experience. Is what they're calling it.
Where is it at? Where is it being
So
held
it is, I want to say it's at, That's a really good question, Ben.
Downtown?
It's in, downtown Durango.
area.
Yeah, it'll be at that park. What is that park that's called right downtown?
Oh, gosh.
You know,
I want to say it's not Liberty Park, but
it literally doesn't say where it's at
Yeah.
anywhere on this
Yeah.
front page. So it's somewhere.
downtown where? Downtown
Durango.
Oh, Durango.
Durango,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the Durango Wine
Don't
Experience.
they usually have a car show at the same time?
I don't think so. Not.
I thought the Brew Fest, they did that.
I don't think so. Brewfest is so whenever they do the race, what is that? It's like the Brewfest race they do. It's like the 13-mile race. It ends at the Brewfest. I don't remember there ever being cars there.
is that the one? Oh, no.
That's a different one.
Yeah.
This is the wine one,
Okay.
Yeah.
but I know which one you're talking about. What is
Well,
it
they
called?
have the
Thirsty 13. That's
Thirsty
what it is.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do know they have like one of the fastest 5Ks in America. Like you run from Fort Lewis down.
Downhill.
To, it's like downhill the entire time. You just
That's the
cruise.
only race I'll do.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, it sounds like my kind of race.
I don't even think I could do that.
I would end up with like
on a
a
bike.
No, yeah,
Wow.
foot race, and I would end up with scabs all over my face, 'cause I'm just like head over heels, running down the hill like that. My goodness. So the wine
Buckley Park.
Buckley
Park is what it's called. I'm like, I know where it is.
And what date is that, Aspen?
April 24th and 25th.
April 24th and 25th. So find all the people meandering with their wine, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
think it's funny when it's like the gated off area. It's like an adult daycare is what it kind of seems like. Like all the adults just in their little
Bill's
area with their
wandering
wine.
again. You got to the fence. Someone go rein him in. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, great time of year for sure for that. And things are greening up and people are coming out. Weather's getting better. Gosh, I was up in Durango just last week. Yeah. And it was hot. It was like hot. I had brought my jacket and I had it on. I'm like sweating, walking.
Yeah, I was doing
around.
some showings and it was 86, 87.
Yeah. Pretty incredible. So, and Durango is 6,800 feet elevation. So it's pretty rare that we're this warm this early. So we're praying for some rains. Hopefully we'll get some good storms to, what they say, April showers bring me flowers. So Shannon, you're up next.
So if you're like me and you need to be inside,
Yeah.
because allergies are raging right now, our local Civic Center has some really great opportunities. And it's not just for spring, it's throughout the entire year. They have a lot of plays. They have music talent. So this year, their lineup is going to include Sister Act, which has already passed. But they will have Grease, a production of Grease.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. That'd be a good one.
Shrek, that should be really good.
Is that going to be at the Sandstone Amphitheater?
No,
or?
that's at the Civic Center.
Civic Center.
That's
okay.
a whole nother great, thing of
Venue.
plays you can go
Yeah.
watch. Yeah. And that's going to be a little bit later on in the summer.
Yeah.
They're doing Jekyll and Hyde. You can actually, you can purchase season tickets there if you want to, because this tickets will run if you just want to go see a play, like anywhere from maybe $20 to $30. There is some discounts for seniors. There's discounts for students, discounts for kids. But it's going to average about that. Or you can buy a season ticket and go to everything that the Civic Center has to offer, which is pretty great.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So I think a single person, it's like $85. And then for a couple, it's like $150. So you'll have some
so
savings
reasonable.
That is incredible.
there. Yeah. And you can still, from my understanding, you can still pick your dates. So even if you buy like a season ticket and they've got, they may have like 10 showings of something, you would still be able to pick which one you got to go. They wouldn't be assigned or anything. So you can save some money there, which is nice. They also have one young lady, I'm trying to think of what her name was, Brittany Kellogg. And I was listening to her. She does some nice little country, sounds really cute. She's going to be here. They have some sort of a dinosaur world thing that's coming that's supposed to be kind of a live interactive thing. So they really do put on a lot of good productions, and I really think they're underrated. I mean, our local Civic
They're
Center,
good. Yeah.
everything they bring is always really, really nice.
Mhm.
It's really well done. They usually contract larger companies to come in. And I know there's sometimes some local talent that's there as well, but they host some really, really great stuff and good entertainment. I don't know. I just think we should support more of that.
Yeah.
I think it's a good opportunity.
Well, what
to
I
get your
love
family
is that
together.
they actually they anchor a lot of these shows with hired talent. People have done Broadway shows and things
Exactly.
like that. And then they bring in locals. Like,
Yes.
I love that.
so for the supporting cast and crew. And so it's just a good marrying of local talent and professional talent. And man, the productions that they put on are pretty incredible. And then they bring out, they bring in the outside shows, like the people that were on America's Got Talent and some of those shows. They did the shadow dancing. We went and saw that. That was pretty incredible, where they had the big screen and they had the people behind there, and they created an entire story just with shadow dancing. We took our girls, so that was pretty fun to do. But they do a top-notch job there for sure.
They have some really, really good productions. And, even if plays really aren't your thing, it's just nice to get the family together and go out and do something different and, support our local people. And
It's always more fun than you think it's going to be too.
Yeah.
It's like, even if
Always.
you're not interested in like the storyline, or you think, oh, that sounds a little silly, it's always better than you think it's going to be.
yeah, a couple of years ago, a friend of mine had some extra tickets and asked if me and my husband wanted to go to a musical. And we actually he's not into musicals at all. He doesn't like that. We had the best time.
Mhm.
It was a fantastic show. We laughed. It had a lot of humor in it. We just had a great time. I mean,
Yeah.
it is, even if it's not your thing, give it a try.
Yeah.
Well,
Go out and
The
support 'em.
girls drug me out to watch Legally Blonde.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
so good.
And I was like, are you serious? And we got there. I have not laughed that hard. That production was stinking awesome.
Yeah. Mamma Mia
Yeah.
was one of my favorite ones that they did too.
Yeah.
So
I-
good.
I liked Hairspray.
Yeah. Hairspray's
Shrek.
good too.
Hairspray
Mhm.
was the other one. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Shrek, it was like 120 out there that day though.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that Sandstone?
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
rough.
And those things are always family friendly, which I like, So
Mhm.
if you want to take, your parents or your grandparents who might be a little bit older and you want to take the little kids, it honestly, it transcends all ages. Everybody enjoys it.
Civic Center's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Well, I'm going to need your help, Ninja, because I've got a second one here. But do you mind looking up the dates of the Riverfest?
Sure can.
Yeah. But before I get to
Asking
the
if I did my homework.
yeah.
It's funny, the things you don't think about.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's not right there.
Yeah.
2026 Riverfest, May 22nd through 24th.
22nd through the 24th of May. And you all, I'm assuming, have been to the Riverfest.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Fantastic.
Such a great time. What's your favorite part? I like the weenie dog run.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Yes, the duck race
Yeah.
and the wiener dogs.
Yeah.
I think they call it like the thunder of paws or something like that. And that is always so cute.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah.
But I love the vendors. Honestly, I like the opportunity to go out and support local vendors and just see what, local, craftsmen or businesses have going on. It's nice to kind of hang out up there, and, you always get some fun stuff, but it's always nice to go support those people.
We always do the actual river race too. So we always ride our boats down that day. I got flipped last year. Brought a friend down for the first time. I was like, you never flip on this river. It's so chill.
Yeah.
We went down in our pack cats, had our drinks in our life jackets, and we both got,
So
I was like, oh, well, I broke my phone the day before because we were leaving the next day to go to DC. And yep, my phone got ruined.
Oh.
I traveled with no cell phone.
oh
Oh
my
my.
gosh. How
That
do
was
you do
interesting. It was
nowadays?
weird. It was hard actually,
Yeah.
like getting
That
an
would be
Uber,
hard.
your tickets, everything.
Yeah.
It was a pain.
Wow. So float the river.
Yeah, you
That-
should. It's so fun.
That's another thing. I was just going to say, one of the springtime events, May through June, is some of the best river rafting in the area, and the Animas River is fantastic
Yeah.
for that.
Desert River Guides will be operating at Riverfest. So you can, I think it's normally like between $20 and $30 a person. You can take a boat down the river. You can have your life jackets. They bring you down. You probably won't flip on the bigger boats. I was on a single person one, but yeah, it's a really good river to float down. Actually, they've done so much river mitigation work,
Yeah.
just cleaning it up. Yeah.
Yeah. And creating little, obstacles and
Yeah.
waterfalls and waves and things like that. And then if you want to go all the way up to Durango and they've got all kinds of river rafting.
Yeah, you can actually
companies up
go
there.
all the way from 32nd Street in Durango all the way down to the end down here. It's a 3-day float.
Wow. That's
Mhm.
incredible. Yeah.
Yep. My grandpa actually made the river guide for it.
Wow.
So they actually have a river guide from 32nd down because there are some obstacles that you need to be aware of, some like overhead dams and some, there's some rebar in one spot of the river up there. So you definitely, this isn't like a float in a tube river.
Yeah.
You need a boat.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go all the way down.
You don't want to throw caution to the wind. In fact, a good friend of mine.
No, you shouldn't on this river.
Yeah, a good friend of mine said this one of the scariest things that ever happened in his life was they floated the Animas, but they did it without guides, and they got in some pretty sticky situations, and they didn't know if they were going to make it, and almost lost one of them, and it was a pretty scary situation. So yeah, if you're going to do that, take a guide.
Yeah,
be with people that know what they're doing for sure. You don't want to go out there and little rubber ducky and some one of those little arm floaties.
No.
Yeah, not a good idea.
One thing that's great about Riverfest too is the fire department will be out there at the one. There's just one rapid, and they'll be out there too, watching you.
Yeah, keeping you safe. That's fantastic. Then we got some biking coming up, and one of the things I wanted to highlight was the Alien Run. A lot of people haven't heard of the Alien Run. Have you ever heard of it, Shannon?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Aztec.
Yep, it's in Aztec, and they call it the Alien Run because apparently there was a crash, like the Roswell incident back in Aztec in many, many decades ago. In fact, when I first moved to this area, I grabbed my mountain bike, went out there and did the Alien Run before there was much to it. And there was a little plaque that you find that says, this crash happened and this, that, and the other. It was kind of cool to go out there. But now they've really developed that area. And this is the 26th annual running of the Alien Run. So they really started putting together in 1999. And you have 3 different courses. You can do a beginner course, 11 miles. You can do a sports course, which is 16 miles. Or you can do the expert course, which is the GPX. And that's almost 26 miles. And those guys and gals get after it out there, but it's a great course. I mean, you get beautiful views and you're up there, and there are some technical spots where you meet people like me. We get off of our bikes and like walk the bike down. Some of the people that are a little bit better on their mountain bikes can navigate down those rocks pretty well, but it's pretty fun. Beautiful area. It's out in Hart Canyon. And if you go to alienrun.com, you've got more information and you can sign up and get packets and all that jazz. Again, May 2nd is their 26th annual Alien Runs, part of the Four Corners circuit. Apparently there's a mountain biking circuit in the Four Corners, and I'm assuming that includes Moab, Cortez, Durango, probably Pagosa, of course, San Juan County. I was looking online and found a bunch of different races there, so it's pretty awesome to see. So Paul, you had 2. Did you get to your third, or what's your third?
I got another one, but I already did mine.
Yeah, well, we need a third.
I can't believe 99 was 26 years ago.
26 years ago. Do you know we're closer to the 100-year anniversary of World War II than we are to the 2000? Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I mean, we're closer to 2050 than we are to 2000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Right?
Don't like that.
So
that just seems impossible.
One thing we were talking about Riverfest, if you go upriver a little bit, we have the new wave feature that we put in. I think last year it opened up, and the museum. So one thing that you're talking about, the Civic Center, they're bringing in outside talent into the area, and then using local people. They're bringing in a lot of national exhibits for the museum. So they're going to have a lot of stuff coming this summer. So that's a good place to visit as well.
Yeah, and they have the new pavilion.
Yep, the new market pavilion that's open.
I'm so excited for that.
So am I.
I love the farmers markets that's at the museum.
And I was just going to mention that. That's another thing. I think that it's really underrated. I think a lot of people forget when it becomes summertime how many fun things we have regularly that we don't think, they're not really big events, but just something to get your family out of the house for a while. Yeah.
The library has a ton.
The library, has great stuff. You think about the farmers markets every week. You think about the car show meets, I think, once a month on a Saturday over at Dunkin' Donuts. They drive around, lots of nice cars sitting out there. Everybody likes talking cars over there. There's just always little things going on that maybe don't cost money. They're not really a big scheduled event, but just get out of the house. Get out of the house and go enjoy.
That Farmington does that I love is a lot of these free events, like if they're at Berg Park, the library, the museum, if they're kid events, a lot of times this, because they do the free lunches for kids over the school, over the summer and when they're out of school. So you can have your free lunch and you get to do this cool event. Yeah. It's a great little program that
Yeah, and I don't
Farmington
think
has.
enough people really get involved. They just don't even really think about getting out to those things. Yeah, I mean, if you're home on summer vacation anyway, why not take an hour out of your day and just go show up to something? Get to meet a lot of nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See
It's
something
fun.
different.
Well, this also starts the season of kids sports. So we're just going to be in lawn chairs on the sidelines for
Yeah.
all summer now.
Yeah.
Baseball
Yeah.
games, soccer, softball, football.
Yeah.
All
We
the
got
things.
great parks for that and great
Yep.
facilities and bring your suntan. The Lord knows
Beautiful.
I need it on my legs.
Tennis, right?
Yeah. Tennis is ramping up. My daughter's, the coach said, you're like 1,000-pound gorilla with a tennis racket. Like she just puts everything into the hits. And at first she was like
Something
launching.
a little girl wants to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. And she loves that. She's like, oh, I do. Yeah. And so she would launch the ball, all over. Now she's got some control. So that little 1,000-pound gorilla, she's got, she zips it. And I was like, girl, you could be really good at tennis if you put it in that. But that's a whole nother conversation. We got all the sports kicking in. We've got fishing, San Juan River, world-class fly fishing up there. People are gearing up for that as well. I mean, fishing really never stops, but spring's a great time to get up there and enjoy that. Of course, the Navajo Dam Marina, one of the best marinas in the country. I think it was voted number one. It won like number one medium-sized marina in America like a few years ago. Really cool. Great area to go enjoy the lake. So those things are starting to kick in. Springtime, Four Corners, hard to beat other than the wind. Anyone have anything else to add?
I think there's an art walk coming up downtown. I should have grabbed the dates on that, but I think there's an art walk coming up downtown.
Every Wednesday?
And
Yep.
No, you might be thinking of the Makers Market. That's every Thursday.
Every Thursday,
yeah, which is really nice. And then, of course, they always do the party in the parks on Fridays during the summer. That starts during the summer. But there is an art walk coming up soon because I learned about that about a week ago. But I don't remember the dates or anything. But that's something you could look up if you're interested in. But a great opportunity to go after hours, walk downtown. Lots of vendors. The store's open. They host artists. Lots of great things down there. Those are just nice things to get out to and enjoy some time outside.
We got 2 more minutes. I was just thinking we got a couple other things. Memorial Day, we have the flags on the field.
Yeah, that's always really nice.
Really incredible to go see. And those flags are representative of individuals that have served and are no longer with us. And I think they do have dedicated flags for people that are actively serving as well. But it's an incredible thing to go see and walk through and take pictures. Every Memorial Day we go there and take photos. And we thank our servicemen and women for serving. Aspen, then you were going to talk about.
I was going to mention the Iron Horse, but I know we're winding down on time, but it's also over Memorial Weekend. So if you want to see some people race the train from Durango to Silverton on their bikes, you can be in either Durango or Silverton. Silverton's pretty fun to actually be at the end there. They'll have a brew fest set up at the end. But yeah,
Does anybody beat the train?
Yes, they
That's
do.
how it started.
That doesn't seem possible.
Oh yeah, they do.
Well, that train takes a while.
I'd still be in the first 100 yards going uphill.
Yep, it's
how long is the race, Aspen?
The race is 47 miles. It gains over 4,700 feet of elevation, and it finishes at 9,300 feet of elevation.
That's incredible. That's pretty awesome. Check your brakes, though. You're going down that pass.
I don't know if you want to win. You gotta speed up.
You gotta go flying.
Oh my gosh! One of my
take the shortcut.
One of my father-in-law's friends, he actually cheated the system and had an electric bike.
But
they caught him.
Yeah.
And he laughed, and oh my gosh! And they busted him. We razzed him. And you got to do it. You can't cheat the race. So.
No.
Okay, great conversation. Those all kinds of activities to do here in the Four Corners. Thank you, partners, for bringing those to the table. We hope you learned about something new that you can do as well. Take your family out, go enjoy some of the sights and activities that we all get to enjoy here in the Four Corners. And I'm going to take advantage of some of the things I've heard today, which is fantastic. So thank you for listening to this episode of The Den. If you like our content, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're actually going to put all of the activities in the show notes so you can look below and click on the links and go to check out the Alien Run and some of these other things. Of course, you can go to our Facebook and like that page as well. We send out a fantastic newsletter every week, and I'll have that information in. And we'd love to hear from you. So if you have any comments about other things you like to do in the Four Corners, please put those comments down below. And we'd love to have a conversation and round it out, because we've got a lot of people here that love to enjoy the Four Corners in the springtime. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Den. Until next time, we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning into The Den, powered by the Lions Group. If you got value from today's episode, hit subscribe so you never miss what's next. Check the show notes with direct links to our buyer and seller video series, your inside track to making smarter moves in real estate. Want to take it further? Visit sjcbroker.com to learn more about the Lions Group or schedule a private consultation today. Complex markets demand smart strategies. Whether you're buying or selling, residential or commercial, we're here to give you the edge. We're time-tested experts with a client-first approach, and we'll see you next time in The Den.